I am Pope Leo III. I still remember the metallic taste of blood in my mouth as I fled through Rome's dark alleys that fateful day in 799. Those treacherous nobles thought they could silence me by cutting out my tongue and blinding me. But God protected his servant. I found sanctuary with Charlemagne, the Frankish king, and in him I saw divine providence at work. 1 year later, on that glorious Christmas day, I enacted God's will. As Charlemagne knelt before me in St. Peter's Basilica, I placed the golden crown upon his head, proclaiming him Emperor of the Romans. The crowd's cheers echoed through the sacred halls, and I knew I had fulfilled my purpose. Through my actions, I united church and state. What my enemies meant for evil, God turned into triumph. Hello, I am Pope Formosus. Even in death, they gave me no peace. My body, wrapped in papal robes, was dragged from its tomb to stand trial. Stephen VI, my successor, screamed accusations at my corpse, while a trembling deacon answered in my name. They cut off my blessing fingers and cast my body into the Tiber. Yet before this madness, I had served Christ faithfully, bringing his light to Bulgaria, defending Rome's teachings. They call it the Cadaver Synod, one of the darkest stains upon the church I loved. But even this grotesque trial could not silence the truth. In time, my body was recovered and laid to rest with dignity, a reminder that hatred passes, but Christ's mercy endures forever.
I am John III. They whisper of my youth, 18 and already Pope. Too young, too wild, they said. Yes, I brought dice and laughter to the Lateran. But I also saw the danger. I crowned Otto I to shield Rome, only to watch him seize my power. They call me wicked, a brothel in the palace, pagan toasts, but they forget I was born Octavian, heir to Rome, forced onto Peter's throne before I was a man. My death came suddenly. Some say in a lover's bed, others whisper of poison. God knows the truth. I was the first to change my name as Pope, a tradition that endures long after my scandalous reign. I am Gregory VII, Pope, 1073-1085. I saw him there in the snow at Canossa, Henry, the mighty emperor, barefoot and begging forgiveness. For 3 days he stood in winter's grip while I prayed for guidance. They say I was cruel, but how else to show that God's authority stands above any crown? I was Hildebrand before the papal throne, a reformer who fought to free the church from corruption. Kings once sold bishoprics like cattle, not while I lived. Exile became my reward, yet my words remain. I have loved justice and hated iniquity. Therefore I die in exile. I dreamed of a faith unchained from politics, where bishops served God, not kings. My body lies far from Rome, yet my reforms still shape the church I loved.
I am Urban II, Pope, 1088-1099. Deus vult. God wills it. The cry still rings in my ears from Clermont, where thousands pledged to take the cross. I called them to free Jerusalem, to protect pilgrims, and to unite Christendom in a holy cause. Now I lie dying, uncertain if my great gamble bore fruit. Will they reach the holy city? Will East and West stand as one as I hoped? Or have I unleashed a storm beyond control? The news from the East moves slowly, while death moves swiftly. Yet I die content, knowing I stirred hearts to act for God's glory. Jerusalem is far, but faith knows no distance. If they march with true devotion, heaven will guide their steps. My name may fade, but the cry of Clermont will echo through history. Deus vult. I am Innocent III, Pope, 1198-1216. From Peter's throne, I moved kings like chess pieces. England's John, France's Philip, even the German Emperor, all bent to Christ's authority through me. I saw Jerusalem fall and called forth armies to reclaim it. When heresy poisoned Languedoc, I unleashed the Albigensian Crusade. The Fourth Lateran Council shaped the Church's future, confession, marriage, and the mystery of transubstantiation. They say power corrupts, but I wielded it for God's glory. Every crown that bowed Every army that marched served Christ's eternal kingdom. Pace e bene a tutti, nel nome di Cristo nostro Signore. Che la luce divina illumini i vostri cuori e vi guidi sulla via della verità e dell'amore. Dio ti benedica.
I am Clement V, Pope, 1305-1314. Avignon's walls rose around me. A gilded cage or a new Rome, who could say? Philip of France pulled my strings, they said, when I dissolved the Templars. But what choice had I? I watched proud knights fall, their grand master burned, while I safeguarded the Church's fragile unity. The eternal city lay abandoned, yet the papacy endured beside the Rhone. History may call me weak or cunning, but I bore a burden few could understand. The Church survived, though the flames of that decision still haunt me. Que la paix de Dieu, qui surpasse toute intelligence, garde vos cœurs et vos pensées en Jésus-Christ, et que sa lumière éternelle vous guide chaque jour de votre vie.
I am Martin V, Pope, 1417 and 1431. Rome lay in ruins when I arrived. Wolves in the streets, churches crumbling, and 3 men claiming Peter's throne. From the ashes of schism, I was chosen at Constance to restore unity. Every stone I raised, every soul I reconciled, healed the wounds of division. They say I favored my Colonna kin, but their wealth helped lift Rome from the dust. When I died, the eternal city stood strong once more. One pope, one church, after 40 years of darkness. Que la miséricorde de Dieu unisse les cœurs divisés et que la paix du Christ règne éternellement. Che la grazia di Dio riempia i vostri cuori di pace e la luce di Cristo vi guidi lungo il cammino della verità e della salvezza. I am Julius II, Pope, 1503-1513. Give me my armor instead of my cope. They called me the warrior pope. So be it. I led armies to reclaim Peter's lands, for a shepherd must defend his flock. But my greatest battle was with stone and brush. I commanded Michelangelo to paint the Sistine ceiling. He resisted, claiming he was a sculptor. Trust me, I said, and now heaven itself unfolds above us. My tomb remains unfinished, but the art I inspired will echo through eternity. Che la volontà di Dio sia la nostra guida, e la sua luce eterna illumini ogni nostro passo. Che la Chiesa resti salda come roccia contro le tempeste del mondo, e che i fedeli trovino rifugio sotto le ali della sua misericordia. Con fede incrollabile avanziamo nella grazia di Cristo.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel for the latest updates.